Hello. So today I wanna like kind of make like a short tutorial like on how to change the price color of your store without using a specific theme like Turbo Portland. You can use this method to change pretty much any themes, price color. What price color? This, right? This price color. So this method can be applied to pretty much anything. All you need is, let's say, well, first the preparation. First, you need a Chrome browser, right? A Chrome browser or any browser that has the inspection functionality. This thing, the inspection functionality. The second thing is a little bit of CSS knowledge. Yeah, a little bit. You don't need much. A little bit CSS knowledge. So what's CSS? CSS is basically the style. The style, the formatting, the formatting of a theme. If you try to build a website, CSS basically a file that determines what things should look like. What things should look like, what color should they look like, what font should they look like, the size of a font. That's CSS. It's just a little bit of CSS knowledge, and then you're going to need the color code. Green color, red color. Then you need like a text editor, a text editor like this, like basically any text editor will be fine. So basically, first thing is, you go to your store, the front page or anything, and you look at it, maybe it looks like black, right? It's based on your front page's original design. Maybe it looks completely black or blue or anything, based on your original theme design. So how do you change the price color, right? How do you change the sale color, like the current price to be green and the compare at price at red, or the sale price or the original price at red. So go to the page and you click inspection, right click, inspect, right? And it pops up this basically the console command, right? You click this button, you use this to navigate to the element you want to change, right? For example, you want to change this, right? The compare price color, right? You click that, and it will immediately take you to the section, the code section of this specific element, right? This is the HTML code section, but you don't need to worry about that. The only thing you need to worry about, is this, the thing that down here, right? The thing down here, basically the second section here. So I want to refresh this. Let's do it again. So go to the page you want to change, and click the element you want to change. Look at the the down the lower section, the CSS section of the inspect, and look at the second, okay, the second line here. It says grid link sale price, right? If you click on here, you can see that it says S green link sale price. That's the element, the element name, the variant name of that code, and you can see the font and color there. So basically, the only thing you need to do is, like, for example, just double click this and change the color, right? If it doesn't have a color option, right, you can simply add it, simply add a color option, like double click, type color, column, and then followed by the hex code, the color code of basically anything you want. Like for example, I want red, right? So red is pound and then FF0000, right? That's red. But if you want blue, say blue. If you want it to look blue, you can simply just type blue. You can just type blue here. Blue. And it'll look blue, right? Or just basically any color. For example, yellow color code, right? Yellow color code is this. You copy and paste it, and boom, it becomes yellow, right? So the second thing we want to change is the sale price, right? The current price. The price follow the comparative price. So again, the same thing. Click this button and click the element. It'll take you directly to the variant code there. So this is the grid link meta. That's the class, and this is the CSS you want to change. So the thing is, like a lot of themes, they don't specifically has how to say, like class. Like they don't specifically have class that's well, I'll just show you the steps here, the process, and then I'll cover the complicated stuff. So basically, you click that. The thing I want to explain is that you can see that this one has like a very small rectangle, right? But this one doesn't, right? It's it's full width, rectangle. It's much longer than this. Why? Because this theme, it doesn't have a variant, an element that is specific, to the well, basically specific to the sale price, to specific to the current price. Because what's the difference? What doesn't, why does it matter? Because if it does have a specific element there, it'll become the difference between say, because for example, I have this item that doesn't have a sale price at all. It's just it doesn't have a sale price, it doesn't have a comparative price, it's still green. So it'll become the difference of, if you say, you want this to be black or blue, like for items that doesn't have a sale status, the color will just be black, right? And this one will be still green. But it is, it needs to, like the prerequisite is that the theme itself needs to already has a class that's specifically defined. For example, this, right? It's also like a small rectangle for this one as well. So, well, basically, if you can define that, but I think that's like more work, like even more work that needs to be done. And I think it's going to be like getting like more complicated. So well, that's the explanation. So then, like, we want to change the sale price, right? So again, repeat the step. Look at the green, like the class, like the HTML code here. It's the green link meta, and look at the second section, of the CSS section here. It says green link meta and it says color. Again, if it doesn't have color, just simply double click and add it, right? Just add it and it says color, and then change it basically to anything you want. You can say to blue, right? You can say like even like crazy color, right? Blue, or blue color code, right? This. So copy and paste it and change it. You can see like it's here. So basically, right, you got this, and changing this here doesn't change the theme file, like at your store. What does it mean? It means that your store, your theme, like it functions on like on a file that's at the back end of the server, right? So it's basically the CSS file. So in Shopify, you go to online store, theme, action, edit code, right? And there's a myriad, right? A myriad of files here, right? That just basically anything, a myriad file. These files, they determine what Shopify looks like, what your store looks like, right? The styles, anything, right? If you touches these things, like if you don't know how to do it and you like accidentally add some like weird stuff into the code, your store explodes, right? So the thing here is we want to change the color of this. So it's very simple, again, right? So we want to change the compare price, right? So how do we change that? Like at the theme files here. So basically click the button, click this, and look at the second section of the CSS section here, and look at the right side. It has the theme as CSS. Click on it, and it will take you to this, this source file here. It basically means this page renders from this specific file, right? This specific backend server file there, and the name is theme.scss.css. That is the name, right? That is the file name that determines the actual color, that actually does the work. The color of this page here, right? The color of this page. For example, like the yellow color and the blue color. So then again, you go back to the theme files here. You type theme.scss. The hell was that? Yeah, theme.scss, and then click on the add, basically the file, and you scroll down to the bottom, like the very end of the file, right? And then, well, just basically add code, right? Add the code. So so this is what you can do here. Again, click the element, and look at the second section, right click, copy rule, right? Copy rule. It'll take you, it'll copy the rule, and then copy it on the text editor here, right? Repeat the process for the sell that price as well. Copy rule, and then paste on the text editor, and then you copy this section, right? Copy that, and then just add it at the end of your file, and that's it. But remember, you need the space here. The black what do you say? The blank. Yeah, the blank line here. You need the space here, and that's pretty much it. Well, sometimes you will have something like, for example, if you copy that, it won't always look like only line has one variant here and one variant here. Sometimes it will it will look like this, right? It will look like this. So the same thing, copy rule, paste. So what you basically do, delete anything that you don't want. Delete anything, because you only need to change color, right? Delete anything you don't want, right? Only leave the color variant here. Only leave that here, and leave the color of your preferred color code as well. Your preferred color code as well. Just change it to this, and then copy this to the file, and it will be done. So that wraps up for the home page. And it depends on your theme. So basically, I think like for my theme, there's like basically two sections that you actually need to change, like two files you need to change, like on the file end, of the theme. So the first file is theme as CSS liquid, right? The second file you need to change is the product page. The product page might look something completely different. So repeat the process. Click, right? Look at this. What's the class? ID class. And look at the second section. What's the color? And then change the color. Change it to anything you want. Copy the rule. And then copy it and paste it to your text editor, right? The second thing is the compare at price, which is the thing, and look at this and look at the second section here, and copy, right? Change the color however you want, and then paste it here. So the thing that would be a little bit different from before is that the file that controls the color of the sell price and the compare at price is actually not not theme.scss.liquid. It's actually timber, right? So then again, like every single time if you want to change something, just look at this, look at this, and look at the right side, of this second section. Click on it, and it will say it will tell you what is the backend file, backend server file that determines, the color of the of the price here, price text here. So it says timber.scss.css. Repeat the process. Go to the theme editor here, type timber.scss, .liquid, and click on it. Right. This is another CSS file. Right. Go to the bottom, the very end of the file, just basically copy and paste the section that you just copied from the inspect, right? The inspect console there. Copy and paste it, at the end, right? And then save, and then click save. And there you go. Right now, there you go. Right now you have a beautifully coded, right, website that does exactly what you want, right? It's red at the compare price, and it's green at the sell price. And let's see, and for items that don't have a sell status, again, it determines it is determined by your theme's codes, whether it has a specific class, right, already, there to determine, okay, this item doesn't have sell status, and it should look black or something like that, but I don't think that's like really necessary. You got like green, it's already done. And of course you can add code, you can go in there and do the tedious work, add the class, define class, and then can add code and whatever. But well, from a very simple process, this is how you can change the price color of your store. And that wraps up for today.